time to take a look at what's happening away from Kenya's borders. And before we get to the U.S. election that probably kept many up at night, we are joined by Emmanuel Igunza. He is a bilingual reporter for BBC Africa to shed light on the recent attacks in Ethiopia. Emmanuel, I'll start with what the BBC reported this morning, and that it appears that there was an attack on a military base, but the attack was in quotes. Why is that disputed? Emmanuel,
sorry, I lost you there.
Okay, I'm asking, on the BBC, I read a report about an attack on a military base, but the attack was in quotes. Why is it in quotes? Why is it not just straight out there was an attack on a military base and the government has responded?
Well, what has happened is that the Prime Minister issued a statement saying that there had been an attack in a military base in the northern regional state of Tigray, and he basically accused the ruling party there, the Tigray Liberation People's Front, of carrying out the attack. And now, if I just take you back, the TPLF, as it's commonly known, is a party that at one time was the dominant party in the EPRDF, the previous government. And over the last few weeks, we've seen that there have been rising tensions between the federal states, the government run by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, and the leaders of this regional state. And this has escalated in September, when the regional state decided to hold its own regional elections, despite the government saying that this was unlawful. And therefore, this seems an escalation of the tensions that have been going on, and it raises the tensions, raises questions whether the country could now seriously descend into civil war because of these growing tensions. And now the Prime Minister has sent the military there, saying the normal channels of discussing or trying to sort out these issues have failed, and therefore he's called the military to go in there. Okay.
Related to that, I also read about an incident where 3 villages were attacked and the members were lured to a school and their property was later vandalized and taken and looted. Are the 2 incidents related?
Well, there is so much going on at the moment in Ethiopia. Those 2 incidences are not related. Over the last week, we've seen several incidents of ethnic-based conflict in some of the regions. And this latest incident that happened, several people are believed to have died, around 60. And it is believed that members of the Oromo Liberation Army are the ones who the government accuses of carrying out this ethnic-based killings in the Oromia region, and it was targeted towards another ethnic community. And so we've seen these ethnic tensions continuing in Ethiopia over the last 2 or so years, and this has really posed a challenge for the rule of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Remember, he came in with a lot of promise, and that led him to win the Nobel Peace Prize. He came in promising reconciliation among the ethnic communities. He freed political prisoners. He brought so much reform, but quickly we've seen that those reforms have quickly been turned back. Opposition leaders who had been released, some of them are now back in prison, and the ethnic tensions have just grown so deep. The ethnic divisions within the country are now threatening seriously the rule of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed.
All right, thank you, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, giving us some background into the attacks that have been reported in Ethiopia beginning on Sunday. 3 villages were attacked, 54 were reported as having been killed. And he's also spoken about an attack on a military base and the government intervention.